Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's house. I'm the Little Reader, also known as Amanda, and you are in my house. Welcome, get cozy, get comfortable. You're not alone. We've got this Danburite twin, I like to call it, because it's two crystals that have fused into one. Little soulmates, if you will. And they're in it for the long haul because when you're fused like this, even after, I'm guessing, I wouldn't know, but even after maybe hundreds of years, thousands of years, you'll still be fused like this if nobody ever pries you apart. It's a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful. So yes, you're in good company. You and I are fused together as we speak. I'm giving you 100% of my presence, my attention, and my energy, and I'm receiving the love and receiving the presence from you with absolute gratitude. So thank you so much for being here as I eat my hair. Delicious. Let's pull today from the Lotus of Life. If you are familiar with this, if you're a subscriber with a key to the Little Reader's house, then you know we pull from this recently to answer some of the questions that I get via email, comments, in person, and channel. And if you're new here, now you know. So I'm going to close my eyes, not that I'm looking, and see what it is. I'm feeling very attracted to this one right here. Let's see what... I'm sorry everybody. What it is that Spirit wants to talk about today. I can't read this backwards, so let me... Now that you've seen it first, let me see what it says. Why do you read tarot cards? What a fantastic question. And I will say, as please forgive the penmanship or lack thereof, but as I was fumbling in there, it was reminding me of what it feels like to pull a tarot card. It's like the energy of the card, even though they look the same when they're face down. If you're sensitive, you can feel the personality, the quality, the energy coming off of it, even if you don't see it with your eyes, what it is. And that's the same way I felt with this. So the fact that it's about tarot, wonderful, wonderful. Let us talk. There will be a combination of channeling in here, but because this is a personal question, we'll be channeling straight from the Amanda heart to answer this one. And every tarot reader might be different. This is just the perspective of moi. So, why do I read tarot cards? It's been a while here in the house. It's been a while since we've read tarot here in the house because in addition to reading tarot cards, I spend as much of my time as I can allot to communing with the divine. And that may be sitting in the witness perspective, watching the Amanda pattern go about her day. That may be in meditation, watching the realm of heart, the heart center. That may be in meditation, watching the mind, watching the white light, doing a mantra. When I say doing, it's more like the mantra does you. So in that communion, I received the guidance, the pull on the heartstring, the instruction to shift from tarot to these types of transmissions. And Spirit made it very clear that this was going to be more valuable for the individuals landing in this realm than the tarot had been, although I have a passion for tarot and I enjoy tarot. So that is why the readings have diminished on this side. And it's probably also why the question came up, because in a world where you've got a face, a talking head, telling you, be one with the divine. Accept the present moment. Everything you need is right here and now. And then I'm with a deck of tarot cards like, okay, the sun, everything's going to be okay. You want to know about your future? Yeah, let me tell you. You want to talk about your past? And tarot is so mental. It's incredibly mental. It is the transmission of knowledge. And the Little Reader herself, this character you see before you, has said on multiple occasions, Spirit says we don't need knowledge anymore. No more knowledge. We need experience. We need integration. It's not that we need. Spirit actually That is a misrepresentation. Forgive me. Spirit doesn't say we need. Spirit loves to watch the show. Spirit recognizes that the show is perfect. But Spirit invites those participating to consider that there is another way of living than living through the mental realm. And as we talk about here all the time in the house, the mental realm is where most of us spend most of our time, and it is all about judgments and analysis. So we judge the way we feel, we judge the things we interact with, we judge whether things are good or bad, we judge our own beliefs, we cling to identities. Much of that happens in the good old realm of mind. So how can an individual exacerbate or expand upon or use tarot while simultaneously pitching the present moment? And that there is the distinction, I think. That there is the whole picture. There is no pitching of the present moment. It can't be pitched. The present moment comes to the individual, and the individual comes to the present moment in divine timing. So in divine timing, a person wakes up to the witness. In divine timing, a person becomes ready to relinquish attachment to what they believe, whether that's what they believe they are, what they believe is true, what they believe is real, what they believe is fake, what they believe they love, they hate. All the beliefs, all the attachments. At such a time that an individual becomes ready, then the shift to the present moment living is for them. But Spirit is not judging. That is a mental understanding of what Spirit is, but Spirit is so much more than the realm of mind. For those of us who live primarily in the realm of mind, we can't fathom that Spirit isn't judging, because that's all we do all day. So we're like, what? How could Spirit not be judging? But Spirit isn't judging. So Spirit doesn't have this exclusionary list where if you commit to the present moment, you can't ever enjoy the realm of form, or you can't ever enjoy the realm of mind. You can't ever enjoy the patterns that your awareness, which is you, was born into. You can't ever enjoy the game, the illusion, the play. So Spirit makes no such distinction. Spirit says, have your present moment and have your tarot too. It's very much like that cake thing. Have your cake and eat it too. In Spirit's world, in Spirit's perspective, there's endless infinite cake. The cake never runs out, so you can both eat it and possess it. Spirit is the paradox. Spirit is the all that is. Spirit ain't judging. Someone write that down. So, when we ask, or when we posit, how can someone live both in the present moment as the witness and also enjoy the tarot, which has elements of prediction, elements of a lot of elements of knowledge, a lot of transmission of information. Do the two not conflict? No, the two do not conflict. And to believe that the two conflict is a belief. To believe that is to sit in the mental realm. To sit in the mental realm is to miss out on a lot of other realms. It's to miss out on totality, completion, and wholeness. And now, as we land here in this moment with this little nuggie that's dropped before us, Spirit takes the opportunity to transmit this. In Spirit's world, there is no conflict, ever. Spirit doesn't judge individuals as hypocrites or a mess as confused or fractured. Because from Spirit's vantage point, all is whole. And we can get a feel for how close we are to engaging with that vantage point by how comfortable we are in accepting the totality of everyone and everything we witness. By celebrating that which the mind judges to be in conflict, and instead of seeing it as opposing parts coexisting, seeing it as a union of opposites making love to one another. Now, why do I read the tarot? Why do you read tarot cards? Well, they're much more interesting than a book. They can be. I like to read books too. I mean, this is the Little Reader's House. We out here reading everything all the time. Reading the room, reading the energies, reading the divinity, reading street signs, and reading the cards. I read tarot cards because it's a reflection of a sort of lifestyle choice. For now. This could change tomorrow. Keep in mind, ever-changing pattern here. It will continue to remain static until consciousness interrupts it. It will then change, then stasis, then change, then stasis, then change. So don't get attached. But it is a sort of lifestyle that the little reader, Amanda, engages in for now, which is an understanding that everything is readable. Reading the room isn't just a cute way of saying, pick up the mood, friend. Step in and catch the vibe. Don't be inappropriate. Read the room. Reading the room, when you begin to practice and make reading and witnessing, because reading is another way of saying witnessing, I feel. When you get into the practice of reading or witnessing things, you understand that every moment encapsulates the totality of the divine. So every moment has the answers you're looking for. Everything. Everything has the ability to be a sign. Everything. From music to flavors, anything that touches your five senses and beyond, feelings in your gut, feelings in your chest. When you become a watcher of your thoughts, we call that meditation, you begin to witness how your thoughts change in different environments and around different people. And that's when you begin to learn telepathy. You understand the difference in flavor between the thoughts that come from your patterning and the thoughts that come from the patterning of another. And you recognize that you can read their thoughts. You can read the thoughts of a room. You can read remnants of energy left by the deceased. Another thing that the little reader, I personally enjoy reading, is remnants of energy left by the deceased. So that's mediumship. You can read anything. So to read tarot cards is an act of consciously doing that. So you can walk out into the world and say, everything's a message. I accept any information that comes to me through any space that I find myself in. You can also sit down and consciously take out a form of art that has been created, handcrafted, or made with AI by somebody or something somewhere with intention, and use these tools to read a situation, to read a person, to read whatever you'd like to read. You're not limited to the tarot. This can be used for divination, predicting the future. But as you begin to accept reading and witnessing as a lifestyle, you understand that you're predicting the future in every moment, beautiful soul. When you read a room, you can predict what will happen in that room based off of the vibrations and frequencies that every individual is holding within it. When you read a person, and you gauge their level of consciousness. Stomach growling. Hey there. If you gauge their level of consciousness, you can understand, are they run primarily by patterns, or are they seated in the witness position? If they're seated in the witness position, there's a magical encounter there. Predicting is difficult in some ways because this individual becomes a wild card. They're not locked in their patterns. But it's exciting because individuals who are seated in conscious awareness with their witness alive and well, you will still see their patterns play out, but often the most bliss-inducing, depth-inducing, enriching, expansive outcomes of their patterns play out. If you witness another individual, you meet someone and you notice that their preference is currently unconsciousness. They're enjoying the patterns. They're enjoying being immersed in the show. They're not watching a movie. They're in the movie. They have no idea there's a movie going on. They are committed to the character. They're method acting. Wonderful. Also wonderful engagements and interactions can come from this, and beautiful learning experiences. But when you read an individual and recognize that's their state, it's much easier to predict their patterns. Effortless almost. And once you get a flavor for a pattern, you've tasted it on a few different people, particularly if you've tasted it on yourself, and you know the karmic patterning that lives and resides within you, you can predict nearly anything at any time about this individual. You just get a whiff of their energy, a whiff of their level of consciousness, and you know immediately, oh, they're in their patterning, they're committed to it. Here's what that looks like energetically, and here is the byproduct of that. Here's what it's created in the past, here's what it will create in the future. Effortless. So, again, as a lifestyle, this type of living, which was once termed as divination, wizardry, magic, because of the evolution of human consciousness and the ability to shift through the realms with intention. And here at the Little Reader's House, if you're new, we talk about the realms all the time. 3 big realms, I'll just break them down. The mental realm, where most of us live. The realm of form, where we typically only live when it feels good. That's in our bodies. Or when it feels like horribly painful and we can't ignore it. And then the realm of heart, which more people are beginning to leap on board with. But it's been dormant for a long, long time. So as we become aware that we are awareness, not the mind, not the form, not even the heart necessarily, but we reside here and it's full of information for us, information that supersedes intellectual understanding, we start to realize that we're greater, larger, bigger than our patterning. And what was once called divination and magic becomes simple mathematics because we're understanding our human experience now on many different levels versus the primitive, feral form that we were once part of. I don't know why I slipped into like a vampire mode there, but the teeth came out. Maybe that's hearkening back to a pre-human ancestor of this genetic lineage. Who can say? Well, we could say, but that's not the point of this transmission. The point of this transmission is to say what was once considered witchcraft, divination, magic, dabbling in areas that we shouldn't be dabbling in. That's typically a rudimentary understanding of new technology. And human consciousness is the ultimate form of technology. It's not just specific to human. Right now on this planet, human consciousness is pretty cool. Consciousness across the universe, that's the ultimate form of technology. Consciousness, period, is the ultimate form of technology. So as it continues to expand, the level of intuition and the level of supernatural happenings, the level of immersion in various realms that change the entire experience, the way that you and I, beautiful soul, interact. You may even feel it now in these transmissions. We're touching in a way that we wouldn't have been years ago. We are connected on a level that wasn't possible even when even this young form, a decade ago. This type of transmission wasn't possible because human consciousness hadn't evolved to that degree yet. And the intellect was still too square, too closed, too cornered. Now it's becoming more circular, more round, more receptive. There's a better understanding of this is the word that Spirit keeps bringing up, and this is the third day in a row it gets dropped here in the house. Totality. Totality, but it's a big deal right now. Again, the eclipse has something to do with that. Totality. So, why do you read tarot cards? Well, darling, it's a lifestyle. It is a conscious way of celebrating and practicing the art, the loving witnessing of that which transcends the five senses. It is the art and the act of feeling on a level beyond taste, smell, hearing, sight, or touch. Feeling truths, energetic truths. The thing about energetic truths and the thing about being a subjective observer is that they can shift, they can change. So that's why we return to the tarot, because every moment is whole, every moment contains information, and every moment is evolving. So therefore, while all things remain the same in the nature of change, the sameness is that changeability factor. So we return to the cards and we say, okay, how has this changed? How has this evolved? We witness it again with new eyes. We could read the cards for the same person every day of the week and track their spiritual evolution. We could read the cards for a world situation every day of the week and track its stasis or its growth. Or we could put the cards away and we could read the moment. That is the liberty. That is the free will we've been gifted with. That is the experience that the divine has handed to me, handed to you, beautiful soul. We can choose to be conscious. We can choose to be now. We can choose to be consciously unconscious and enjoy patterns and experiences that are of the third dimension, that will pass away, that are impermanent, simply for the joy of it. Or we can deeply immerse ourselves, immerse and emerge into unconsciousness and believe with the mind that we are something going somewhere for some reason and adhere to thoughts like it's our business. That is our liberty. So that, beautiful soul, is why I read tarot cards, and I hope that answered the question thoroughly. It's for the joy of it. It's for the fun of it. It's for the bliss of it. It's for the heartbreak of it. It's for the drama of it. It's for the laughter of it. It's for the connection of it. It's for the release. It's for the transmission. It's for the downloads. It's for the sharing. It's for the caring. It's for the love. And that is where we are leaving it today, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for tuning into a transmission here at the Little Reader's House. It's an honor and a joy. If you're interested in more readings, there are some on the channel from way back in the day. There are some on the Patreon account. You pay for that. Absolutely you do. It's linked down below. And there may be some in the future. Also, the community tab tends to pop up with a reading here and there. Oh, and personal readings, of course. How could I forget that? $60 for 30 minutes. That is on buymeacoffee.com. I'll throw a link down there too. It's been a while since we've had one there. So, until we meet again, my friend, I'm sending you all the love I've got. Always more, never less, because you are so very worthy of it.